Fight Game. We are on fight reactions today. Today we are going to be breaking down three fights: Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardy, Alexander Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven, and the MMA fight between Nate Diaz and Mike Perry. We just gotta wait for the mythical review. Just waiting for the mythical review to join in. Um, Sorry about that, guys. We were going through some technical difficulties in the first live, but we are back. Um, there's just some on my part. All right, Mythical Review wants to join. All right. Mythical Review. I'm sorry I had to restart the live. Our live was cutting out and it was doing very crashing out and stuff. So, Mythical Review, you can go back with your intro and then you can start with your Daniel DeBoss and Wardley breakdown.
All right, hold on. Let me just put some headphones.
I'm sorry, guys, about the incident. There was just an incident with my live, so it's better now, and we are back.
Yes, sir. Guys, as I beat you right now, as I beat my fucking meat to give myself a fucking treat. And today we will be breaking down three fights. Daniel DeVos versus Fabio Worley. Uh Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. And what's the last?
And Usyk
Mm-hmm.
versus Rico Foreign.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just get started with the quitter. Daniel Fish Eyes the boss. Ugly ass nigga, by the way. Um, yeah, let's get started with the quitter. You know, that quit like three times in his fucking career, but it's all good. Um, he is fighting Fabio Wardley. You know, Fabio Wardley just got a massive, TKO over one of the best heavyweights today, Joseph Parker. He's really good. And guys, and Daniel DeBoss, he got a solid resume too, but he lost to some guys and quit to some guys, and I just don't know why people respects him just because he's a he's a good fighter. He is a good fighter. He got great KO power, but the defense awful. He don't got no speed in his punches, barely none to any speed. He got a good jab. His footwork is just so I just didn't know Usyk was gonna beat him that convincingly. But guys, let's get started with his resume. He fought Usyk twice. It was close the first fight till he got knocked out. He fought Usyk again a few months ago. It was going good until he fought like a fucking robot and got knocked out again. Um, and what he did is he did beat Anthony Joshua before the second fight with Usyk. He did get clipped, but he knocked Anthony Joshua down like a million times, and then the last knockdown was an official knockout. He did fight Joe Joyce. Got knocked the fuck out. He fought Philip Herdoviv, and he won pretty good. Uh, honestly, Philip Herviv is a nice, solid win, and he fought Big Baby Miller and won pretty convincingly against that nigga too. Um, and he does got a solid resume. But the people like the actual important people that he was supposed to win against, he lost. He lost. Pretty fucking bad too. So, um Yeah, I mean, of course he won it against Anthony Joshua. I didn't honestly. I thought Daniel DeBoss was gonna beat him anyway. People would say, "Oh, Anthony Joshua." Nah, I was like, "Yo, I vote for Daniel DeBoss to win this fight," and he won this fight. But I didn't know he was gonna win it that easily. Um, yeah, and now let's get to Fabio Wood. I don't even know. The only win I know he really got good was Joseph Parker. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know him before that fight. I never did. I never will. I mean, he's straight up. I think this is too big for him, but honestly, I think he's gonna pull it off. Sadly and truthfully, um, you already know once Daniel gets caught with a good shot, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out. And Usyk ain't even a power puncher, which is just very fucking concerning. Very,
Yeah.
very concerning to me. I mean, his chin is just absolutely fucking awful. If he gets caught with a good shot, he gets knocked out. And Fabio Worley is known for getting outworked in the earlier rounds, but guess what? The later rounds, he knocks people out, and he's kind of like a new version of Deontay Wilder. But you know, Deontay Wilder was better in his prime. All right. So, guys, honestly, this fight is close. You know, Fabio Wardley can't get caught with that many shots. If he does, he might get knocked down. But his chin is incredible. You guys did fucking don't look at his chin though. His chin is really impressive. Like he gets caught with big shots, right? And he never got knocked down. He gets caught with big shots. He doesn't even stumble. You guys don't look at how good Fabio Wardley's chin really is. And honestly, Fabio Wardley is going to take Daniel's shots and give one back. And then Daniel is going to get knocked down, knocked out, whatever you want to call it. I got Fabio Wardley by a good knockout in the eighth, ninth round. You guys could, debate me on that. But when it actually happens, who's going to laugh? I am gonna laugh because y'all want to be Dick Ryder Daniel, but he's a fucking quitter, dog. He's a quitter. He's a quitter. All right, so you guys could go on and be like, "Oh, Daniel's gonna win." Yeah, no bullshit. He got knocked out by a guy that's not even known for his power. He got knocked the fuck out, and he got knocked out by Joe Joyce that fights like a fucking mannequin. Let's keep it a buck right now. You feel me? It's just not gonna. It's just not. Daniel is supposed to win, but he's not gonna win this fight. Let's keep it a buck.
Mythical
Fabio,
review.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mythical review.
No, no, you can say.
Who do you want to win?
Honestly, I really want Daniel to win, but we all know what's gonna happen, guys. I mean, the fight game has his own opinion. I'm not gonna change his opinion, but I know what's gonna happen deep in my heart. I had a dream about this. I had a dream.
Really?
I had a
Just like
fucking
you
dream.
just like you dreamed about Joseph Parker versus Daniel DeBots a few years ago?
Yes. I had a fucking dream like Martin Luther King, my nigga. I had a dream that fucking Fabio Wardley was gonna fucking knock him out. So I'm gonna stick by my dream and I'm gonna say what it is. Fabio
All right.
Wardley by eighth or ninth round KO, baby.
That is a valid prediction.
Yeah,
That
that's all
is
I
a
really
good
gotta say for
prediction.
that fight.
All right. Next, we're going to get with my prediction and my breakdown. So, we got Daniel, Ugly Lip Boy DeBoz versus Fabio, Fat Boy, Bald Headed Wardley. Anyway, so this is a good fight. I was expecting kind of Fabio Wardley to fight someone like Usyk straight away, or Anthony Joshua, or Tyson Fury. But he's fighting Daniel DeBoss, former champ. Um, Daniel DeBoss, I was a fan of him, until he fought Usyk the second time, and he fought so fucking stupid in the second fight. Like, why you brawl in the fifth round? You were winning the third and fourth round. You were winning those two rounds, and then the fifth round, when you get all hyperly swing mode, you get caught. Like, why do you do that? And then when you get up, you get caught again and dropped. Like, what are you doing, man? What
Embarrassing.
are you doing, Daniel? Like, and then before the fight, you were partying? You were partying before the fucking fight like an idiot? Who does that?
Embarrassing.
Who parties before a fight? Listen, I know Joaquin Buckley partied before one time during his fight with a guy with like a few years ago when he fought with Sente Luque, but he still won pretty easily. He still won. But Daniel DeBox, you party is no excuse because you lost, you idiot. You lost.
Yo, the fight game. I got a question real quick.
What's up?
Yo, when you title these live streams, can you title it about what we're gonna be doing? Cause people's gonna join in and leave immediately because they gonna think we're talking about random things. So the next live you do, at least put a thumbnail, which I will make, and at least put an actual good title so people could stay in the live stream. You feel me?
All right, my bad. I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
guess.
good. I should have told you that. I'm working with this podcast too, so I'm gonna do my best to make us grow. You know what I mean? So go on. What you were saying?
All right. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, by the way, you know I don't like this. Stop spamming the comments. All right? I don't want people spamming because then it
Hmm.
freaks up the live. I'm sorry, everyone. Anyways, back to as I was saying. Back to what I was saying, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Tabaj partied before the fight with Usyk, which was a stupid move. But anyways, this ain't about him versus the rabbit anymore. It's about him versus Fabio. So, I'm gonna get on their resumes. First, I'm gonna start with Daniel DeBoss, the former champ.
Hmm.
You good at mythical review?
No, I just had a burp. My bad.
All right, all right. So Daniel DeBoss has a resume of wins over Anthony Joshua, which personally was his best win of his career, in my opinion, one of the best wins. Um, he also had a win over Philip Herbage, which was a very, very good win. Doctor Stoppage, good win. You know, made Philip's eye cut open. Uh, also beat Jarrell Hairline Miller, the guy whose hair fell off in his last fight. Beat him pretty, that fat boy pretty easily. Jarrell Miller talks a lot, you know. It was nice to see him get humbled, you know. So, well, he's not humbled anymore, but before that he got humbled. So it was nice to see that. Then Daniel DeBoss fought Usyk the first fight. Daniel DeBoss personally, in my opinion, you all can get at me. I don't care. I thought Daniel Buzz actually got robbed and knocked down. I did. I thought it was a body shot.
Hmm.
I thought it was a body shot, personally, the first fight. I thought it was. And I thought Usyk should have got a standing 8 count. I
Yeah.
thought he should have, but he didn't. But, you know, and then after that, in the ninth round, Daniel DeBoss got knocked out, basically took a knee again. Like why are you taking the black people back to slavery, man? Like, why are you doing that? Like,
Oh
why are you doing
shit.
that, Daniel DeBoss? Like, why the fuck you doing that? Anyways, and then you got your win over Anthony Joshua. You knocked him down like 4 or 5 times. Like, that was a great win. And then you knocked him out, cleaned him, and then you fought Usyk again. Well, you were gonna fight Joseph Parker actually, but then you pulled out like a scared little boy. So then you fought Usyk. You got us all hyped in the third and fourth round. We all believed you were
Hmm.
going to do it. And then you got knocked
Exactly.
out and basically quit. Knocked down twice by a guy who's not even that powerful. A guy that went to decision most of his career. Most of his career went to decision. Now, off Daniel DeBoss. Now I'm going to get to Fabio Wardley's resume. Fabio Wardley has beaten guys like Joseph Parker. That was his best win of his career. I do agree with Mythical Review, but he was losing that fight for most of the rounds until he came back and wobbled him and got him out of there. And then he has a win over Justin Hooney. Justice Hooney was dominating him during the whole fight, basically. And then when Fabio caught him with the right hand in the end, Fabio knocked his ass out. Then Fabio also has a win over Frazier Clark. The first fight they had was a draw, I believe, and the second one, I don't remember. I didn't watch the second fight. Just know he has a win over Frazier Clark.
He knocked him out.
Oh, he knocked Frazier Clark out
Yeah,
the
he
second
broke
fight.
his jaw. Yeah.
All right, and then He also has a win against David Adley. Was that I think that was either a knockout decision. What was it? Do you know what it was, Mythical Review?
I think it was a knockout.
Yeah, he must have probably knocked out David Adley.
I'm
Or by
not
the same,
sure.
don't get at me, ladies and gentlemen. I did not watch that fight. I've only seen like two fights of Fabio Wardley, so don't get at me. Only two fights. I'm gonna go with my prediction and my pick. I want Daniel DeBoss to win, just like Mythical Review. I actually do. I hope he wins. I hope he gets it done, and then we see him back in the big fights, like maybe a Jared Anderson, maybe a Big Bang, and a bunch of those guys. I would love to see Daniel DeBoss get back up and get his resume up over a big name, like a good name like Fabio Wardley. I don't think he's gonna do it though. Personally, I do agree with Mythical Review. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't think Daniel has the heart to win anymore because he has a quitter mindset, in my opinion. I think Fabio Wardley is going to knock him out in the ninth round. I do think Daniel DeBoss will win some rounds and
Yeah.
make Fabio Wardley struggle a lot, but I do think Wardley will find a killer shot because Wardley is kind of like Deontay Wilder, the guy that has the powerful right hand. And then it'll
Great.
be over for Daniel DeBoss, and then hopefully we could get after that Fabio Wardley versus Usyk, or if Usyk decides to duck it like he usually does, um, I would also be interested in seeing Fabio Wardley versus Tyson Fury. Do you agree, Mythical Review?
Absolutely.
That'd be an amazing fight, right?
Yeah. If Warley beats the boss, I think that would be a really good 50-50 fight that I really can't choose. But
Yeah, there's three options for Fabio Wardley, ladies and gentlemen, if he wins: Tyson Fury, Usyk, and Anthony Joshua. Personally, I like the Usyk fight first, of course, because Usyk's the champ right now. Second fight, I love the Tyson Fury one. I bet they're gonna lean the Tyson Fury one if Usyk, if Usyk, I know Usyk's probably gonna duck him for another rematch like a freaking he always does. So I think either Tyson, and third option will probably be Joshua, but we'll see. Anyways, my prediction is Bobby Wardley by ninth round KO. It's gonna be very close, but we'll see. Now we are gonna break down Usyk versus Rico Forhoven. Um, with a good review, I'll start with you. You can break down
okay.
Usyk versus Rico, the rabbit.
Guys, guys, listen. You guys be giving respect to this Bugs Bunny looking ass nigga. All right. But guess what, guys? Sometimes you just can't respect the decisions Usyk has made. He picked this fight. We never heard of this guy a day in our life. We never heard of this guy even at a fucking barbecue, barbershop, a restaurant. We never seen this guy a day in our lives. And we all know if the guy dies, nobody will give a fuck because nobody will know him. All right. So let's just keep it a buck with ourselves right now. Rico, I don't know him. I don't know his resume. I don't give a flying fuck. I haven't even seen his highlights, dog. All right. I haven't even seen his highlights. All right. He's just somebody that's irrelevant. God bless him and his family, but I never heard of this guy. I'm sorry. I never even watched his highlights. I know he, boxed before. I know he kickboxed before because I saw a video where he did. I just know those two things, all right? And all I know is that the only power advantage Rico has is the power advantage, the only advantage he really got. Now I'm gonna just get started with Usyk. You already know he's the champ. He fought the top heavyweights, rematches all the fucking time. He ducked Cabello, Wardley, Joseph Parker, and people call him the champ. Guys, people call him the champ. Um, but he did beat Anthony Joshua twice. He beat Tyson Fury two times. I thought, honestly, to be honest, I thought Tyson won both of those fights, but the judges are biased, and you guys could debate me on that. I thought Tyson was winning most of the rounds in the first fight until he got, beat up in the ninth round or so, and then Usyk picked up from there. But I thought Tyson won most of the rounds anyway, so they should have gave it to Tyson. And then the second fight, I thought Tyson won as well, really well, and then Tyson was picking up the better shots. He was picking up, and Usyk was doing good with the body shots mostly, but that's it. He won a decision there, so it doesn't really matter. And then Usyk did face Tony Bellew, and Tony Bellew was beating that ass, and until he got knocked out. Usyk did face a lot of great guys like Derek Chisora. He beat Daniel twice. He beat a lot of great heavyweights in the division, and he got a solid amateur record, and he's one of the greats. I can't disrespect him too much because he is one of the greatest fighters, but he does duck a lot. He wants to, like, for example, he wants to fight this fight out of all fights, and people's like, oh, give him a break. He said that doesn't give him the excuse to pick the easiest fight of all time. That's not even a challenge. That doesn't give him an excuse to face a guy that nobody ever heard of. That doesn't give him an excuse. Like, guys, this guy, nobody heard of him. This is Uzyk's way to choose an easy fight because he faced rematches. You guys heard it, rematches. Nobody wanted to see the Daniel Dubois rematch. I'm sorry, to keep it real. Nobody wanted to see that shit. Nobody wanted to see that shit. So why you guys praise him? Just because he beat the same dudes twice. Like, come on, guys. Like, he now he be doing rematches, and now if it's not a rematch, it's an easy fight. When people want to see him face Cabriel, he doesn't want to choose Cabriel. He want to go for a easier fight. People been asking for that. And if he doesn't fight Rico, oh, Deontay Wilder. Give me Deontay Wilder. Shut the fuck up, Usyk. Nobody want to see that shit.
Well, Wilder is coming off a win now, but
Bro, that win, bro. Come on, bro. This nigga slow as shit.
yeah, he is.
He's
He is.
slow as shit. The fight
And
game. Come
he
on.
and he's 40 years old. That
He's
is true.
40 years old, old as shit, no speed, no footwork, nothing. Just power.
Yeah, and he did beat another 40-year-old, so no points off that personally.
No points. Usyk should win this fight, guys. But Puerto Rico gives us the upset, man. But
What's your
Usyk should get this in the
prediction?
later rounds. Usyk should get a TKO in the later rounds, like in the 10th or the
All
8th.
right. That is the Mythical Review's prediction, ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm.
Now we're gonna start up with my breakdown and my prediction. So Usyk, Rabbit Boy, Teeth Boy, versus Rico Verhoeven. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know Rico's the people he's fought. I didn't know any of them. None of them. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know any of them. None of them. I know he was supposed to fight Alistair Overeem though in 2021 in kickboxing. That would have been a good one to see, a fun one. I know that was gonna happen, but it got canceled due to some odd reason. I do not know. Hopefully it gets rescheduled in the near future if Alistair Overeem comes out of retirement. But Rico, I'm not gonna get on his resume because I don't even know him that well. Well, I do know him, but I don't know him like that. I just know he was in talks to fight like Francis Ngannou, um, Joshua. He was also, I know he sparred Tom Aspinall, like last year when Tom Aspinall was getting ready for Cyril Gahn. I know Rico took Tom Aspinall down, but that doesn't really count because Tom Aspinall had boxing gloves on, and if he didn't have, you can't defend takedowns with boxing gloves on. That's just hard to do. So I just know Rico mostly from off those things. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna get to Usyk's resume. Usyk has beaten guys like Daniel Dubois twice, which was like Like, why you fight Daniel the second time, dude? You should have fought like Joseph Parker, Caballero. Those dudes were calling you out for years, and you just avoid them by fighting Daniel. First of all, listen, I get why you fought Daniel because he beat Anthony Joshua in this spectacular fashion. But listen, let's be honest here. Anthony Joshua, like as much as I'm a fan, and he is not the same level fighter as he used to be back in like 2015, 2017. That is when Anthony Joshua was one of the goats. But when Anthony Joshua fought uh Andy Ruiz, his whole career changed. I'm sorry to tell y'all, his chin got very bad. His what's that called? The equilibrium, the his tempo got very bad, it got, and Anthony became very stiff after that, so
Right.
he's not really as the same fighter as he used to be. Yes, he had some good wins over Francis Ngannou. Personally, I thought that was a little, lucky, because Francis Ngannou, I'm gonna tell you why. You all can get at me, I don't care. I thought, because Francis fought a little, Francis fought that day like a little drained. Anthony Joshua came to the fight to fight Francis late that night. He came there late, like 4 hours late, made Francis wait, and then start the fight for Anthony early and started it off late for Francis. So that was a little fucked up move from Anthony.
Right.
Not trying to make excuses, Francis got knocked the fuck out like a fucking stiff boy. I still love you, Francis, but that happened. Uh, this is not about Anthony, by the way, right now. So off him. That Anthony and Francis conversation is on for another day. But anyways, back to Usyk. Usyk has also beaten like guys like Anthony Joshua twice. I know the first fight was a unanimous decision. The second fight was close. I remember it was split decision. It was close, and wins with Tyson Fury. I thought, personally, I thought Tyson won the first fight. I do agree with Mythical Review. I don't know, but I don't really agree with. I'm sorry, Mythical Review. I don't really agree about the second fight, but the first fight I can agree with. But
What? Which one? Which one you talking?
with you saying Usyk won the first fight, I agree with you. I mean, with you saying Tyson won the first fight about him versus Usyk, I can agree with you on that one because Tyson was winning majority of the rounds.
Yeah.
But the second fight, it looked a little, Usyk's way. But
All right.
but uh, and then Usyk fought Tony Bellew. Um, that was Tony Bellew's cruiserweight, though. You know. Uh, he beat Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora was actually one of Usyk's toughest fights to date. Gave Usyk a very hard fight. But those are the people I know that Usyk has beat and fought. Oh, Usyk also fought Michael Hunter, I believe, too. I don't know if that was a decision or knockout, but I can't remember. But I know he fought a heavyweight Michael Hunter. But anyways, I'm gonna give you all my prediction. I think Usyk will win this fight too. I think by like stoppage late, probably like the seventh, sixth round, seventh round, maybe. I don't know though. I want Rico to win. I want Rico to cause the upset. It'll be amazing to see Rico win because I don't really like Usyk like that no more. So, um, but I will stick with the mythical review and agree with him. I think Usyk will win, unfortunately. And then hopefully after Usyk wins, we get him versus fucking Fabio Wardley or Arjit or like, just someone that is not a rematch. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But the best name for Usyk he should fight next is Fabio Wardley and Arjit, the two undefeated guys. But anyways, the last fight of the day, we are going to be breaking down the last one, Nathan Lisp Diaz versus Mike CTE Perry.
Yes,
Mythical
sir.
review, you can start with the last breakdown for the day.
All right. So, the fight game. I got a question. What are they fighting in, boxing or MMA?
They are going to be fighting in MMA.
MMA, you already know, guys. Mike Perry is only a bare knuckle boxer, all right? He is not a good fighter, all right? He's a good fighter with the hands, but guys, the Perry of Platinum is sadly gonna get plaqued the fuck out. So, let's start with Mike Perry's resume in MMA. Then he fight with who he fought. He fought Jeff Neal. Got
Yeah,
beat the
Jeff
fuck
Neal
up.
knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, and I don't know who else he fought in there. So, I'm sorry, I just only saw that fight and know he got knocked out. There's just no reason for me to even, you know, say any other names because nobody knows
You should
any other
break
name.
down his BKFC fights. Do you know any of the
Mm-hmm.
people he fought on bare knuckle?
Mm-hmm. He
Oh,
fought Eddie Alvarez, Michael Perry. Um, he fought who the fuck is that guy? Whatever his name is.
Jeremy Stevens,
He fought a lot of great guys in there. He fought that tall nigga. What's his name? What's his name?
Luke Rockhold.
Luke, Luke, Luke Poop. Fucking Luke got knocked the fuck out many times. So I don't know. But good win, I guess. Good win. His resume is pretty solid. He's only good with the hands. Let's keep it a buck. He's only good with the hands. He's a really good bare knuckle fighter, but as for in MMA, mm, not so good. He's trash. He's slow. He only be got in power, and that's it. So let's get off with that. And then Michael Perry I
Nate.
mean Nate Diaz. On the other hand, he fought everybody. He fought Leon Edwards, Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson. He fought a lot of great guys. I'm not gonna say all the names he fought because that would take forever, but he did lose to some of those guys. He did lose to Connor once, the second fight. He did lose to Leon, which he was supposed to get the knockout in the fifth round, and then he fucking folded. He
I see
did
that.
lose to fucking Jorge Masvidal, which he was supposed to win, but he wanted to
In
disappoint
MMA.
us. Yeah, and he just got 13 losses in it. Not gonna lie, he's kind of ass. So um, he got CTE and he lost to Jake Paul. I know it wasn't MMA, but that just is a really bad look for him as a fighter. Really bad.
Mythical
Uh,
review.
yeah.
It's actually very bad for both of them because they both actually lost to Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, I forgot Michael Perry lost to Jake Paul in a worse way too.
Yep, Mike Perry lost to frickin' Jake Paul and got knocked down like three frickin' times.
It was really embarrassing. Nate Diaz did show a better performance against Jake Paul, so gotta give him that. But he fought like he was drunk, like he always does. He's not really good with the hands, but Nate Diaz does got the skills to pay the bills. All right, kicks. He got he got pretty nice kicks. Um, he does got jujitsu, really good jujitsu guys, and I don't think Mike Perry could handle that. So since Nate Diaz, the CTE fucking retard, got most of the skills to pay the bills, I honestly think he's gonna win a submission. So
Okay,
submission.
that is a good prediction. Um, Now we're gonna get on to my breakdown on this MMA fight between Nathan Diaz and Mike Perry. First I'm gonna start up with Mike Perry because he's challenger. Mike Perry has wins over who the fuck is that guy? Jeremy Little Boy Stevens, the guy who's too small for the weight class. Jeremy Lightweight Stevens. You know, now I know some people thought Jeremy was gonna win. I knew Mike Perry was gonna win. He's just too good at bare knuckle. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Mythical Review, on the other hand, I think he was rooting for Jeremy Stevens to
I
have fight,
was.
right?
I was. I thought he was gonna win.
You thought he was gonna win?
Yeah, by knockout because he had a really good hands when he was in the UFC, and he knocked out guys like fucking crazy. So
That is a good prediction from Mythical Review at the time because Jeremy Stevens at that one point in his career was that guy. He was that guy. But Conor McGregor did expose him and say, "Who the fuck is that guy?" So Mike Perry was Jeremy Stevens. Mike Perry did do pretty good. After that, Mike Perry, not after that, before that, like I think this was Mike Perry's debut. He fought Michael Venom Page. That was a close fight, majority decision. It was very close. I love to see a rematch in the future in MMA where Michael Venom Page would actually win this time. In MMA, I think Michael Venom Page would win a rematch in MMA. Do you agree with me, Medical Review?
yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Mike Perry also has wins over um Luke Rockhold, fucking bum. He's lost to Jake Paul. He lost to he lost to Jake Paul bad. He only won like one good round against Jake Paul, and you lost to a YouTuber kid, Disney boy, ugly little blonde head hairline boy, Jake Paul. Like, fuck wrong with you? Um, I think, yeah, I kind of agree with the Mythical Review. The only guy I saw Mike Perry lose to in UFC was Jeff Neal. I think he also lost to Vicente Luque, and I think he also lost to Daniel Rodriguez, but I do not really remember that
Mhm.
fight. But I do know he lost to Luque, I think, and Jeff Neal. But anyways, I'm gonna give you all my breakdown on Nathan Diaz. Nathan Diaz has wins over Conor McGregor, as Mythical Review says, Conor Mc.
Conor Man nigger.
Yep. Uh, Conor McNinja. Second, he has wins over Anthony Pettis, the guy who beat Roy Jones. Nate Diaz has a win over Anthony Pettis. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. Because
Thank
I
God.
don't like Anthony Pettis for one thing. He beat Roy Jones.
The goat of boxing.
Yeah, he beat him like that. It was sad to watch. But he also has win over a Masvidal in boxing in the rematch. A lot of people thought Masvidal won the second fight. They're just glazing. Like Nate won. Nate won. I'm sorry. Nate won. Nate won. It was close, but Nate won. Uh Nate lost to Jake freaking Paul. Personally, I thought Nate, in the end of the fight, Nate was doing pretty all right. He had Jake Paul on the ropes, tired, exhausted. Jake Paul said he doesn't hit hard at all. I may agree with Jake Paul on that one, but Jake Paul, like, shut the hell up. You were exhausted. You were on the ropes, and Nate Diaz was like, he was throwing some loopy hooks on you though, but he was still catching you with them. And then Nate Diaz did catch you in the ninth round with a gilly choke, and you couldn't do anything about it. But Nate Diaz also has he also who else has he fought? Those are the guys I think that Nate has fought as well. He was supposed to fight Dustin Poirier. I remember that was going to be a good fight. Nate Diaz. I I think that's it. That's the people I know who his Nate has fought. I said Conor McGregor. I said Anthony Pettis. Um I said Masvidal.
Tony.
And I said, oh, Tony, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, why did I forget about that? Yeah. Nate Diaz did submit Tony when they fought, and that was just a battle of the two unks and the two old men fighting. Sad to see Tony go off and to lose like that, but Nate is still a G. Nate is still a GOAT. Well, not a GOAT, but he's still a G. He's still a real G, and he still puts on a show for us fans. So Nate did submit him. Nate is not the best fighter, but he's a very, let's just say, he's a very entertaining fighter and a very fun fighter to watch.
Yeah.
Um, I remember Nate. was supposed to fight all the big names like Kamzat, Dustin Poirier. Who else was he supposed to fight? A bunch of others like Kobe Covington. All of them back then. Nate would have probably get put up fun shows for against them
He
too.
probably would have lost to all of them.
Who knows with Nathan? You know that freaking
Oh,
guy. You
shit.
know he's just a show guy. He's just a show guy. He's not really into that. Winning. He doesn't care about winning or losing that much. But that's
Which
Nate
he should
Diaz.
care about.
Yeah, Nate Diaz. Oh yeah, he slapped Leon in the. Oh, Nate also lost to Leon Edwards, the former welterweight champ. Listen, Leon Edwards was a very good fighter at his prime, but he did get caught in the fifth round against Nate, slapped him silly, and then wobbled Leon. And if you beat Leon that night, Nate Diaz, if you beat him and TKO'd him or knocked him out, you would have been fighting Usman next. But Nate, you decide to play stupid and just point at Leon Edwards getting wobbled, and you do nothing and you don't finish him at all. Like, this is why you're a showman, Nate. This is why you're a showman. Your brother Nick Diaz has more knockouts than you.
That's insanity.
And your brother is more washed than you. I'm sorry. His brother is more washed. And I love you, Nick Diaz, as well, but you're more washed.
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly, is right. Anyways, Mythical Review has gone. I think he forgot to say his prediction on Nate and Mike Perry. Mythical Review, what's your
Oh, I
prediction?
said I said Nate by submission.
Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little, tired today, but don't blame me.
Yeah.
I got Nate Diaz as well. By either submission or decision. Um, Probably submission at best. That's how Nate Diaz is. He's a grappler. Uh, I also, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I actually like Mike Perry a lot as well. But I like Nate more, of course, and I think Nate is gonna do it. I know Mythical Review likes Mike Perry as well, right?
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
Yeah. I know some people want to fight Mike Perry in boxing, but you shouldn't fight him in boxing because he's not even that good at boxing. But they're not really. The both of them are not good at boxing. They're just good at bare knuckle and MM. Well, Nate is not bare knuckle. They're just good. Mike Perry's just good at bare knuckle. Nate Diaz is just good at MMA. Simple as that. Anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed this podcast episode 2 of Fight Reactions. We will be back on Friday, and we
Yes,
will be
sir.
breaking down a future fight between Tyson Fury and Jared Anderson, and we will also be breaking down the next UFC card on May 9th, UFC to 358, I think it is. And we
Yeah.
will be breaking down Hamzat versus Sean Strickland. We will also be breaking down Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta, the guy who beat Derek Lewis. We'll also be breaking down Buckley versus Sean Brady on that card. And we will be breaking down also King Green versus Jeremy Stevens. So we'll be breaking down the whole card for that on Friday and a future fight between Tyson Fury and Jared Anderson. So I hope you all have a good night. I hope you all enjoy yourselves. Fight game out and Mythical Review.
Peace out, guys.
Hope you all enjoy your day. Peace out.